Hey guys, it's Wreckage, and today I'm doing a war tips and tricks video on the World War II beta. I'm sure most, if not all, of these tips will carry over to the full game, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have more war maps in the full game, so this is just for Operation Breakout. So it's just the original map, and I'll be giving tips for defense and offense on all four parts of the map, and this will include like cool spots, and just general tips and like what to build and when to use it and how to use it and what guns are good where. So the first part of the war game mode is like a hard point type thing. It's in a house and it's just like a hard point, so you can contest it and take it and lose it. But once you get if you get 45%, you can't lose that percent. It stays there. So don't worry, like your efforts are not in vain. Any percent counts. So for defending it, I definitely recommend when you walk in the house, you can turn left and then there's like a destroyable door. I recommend building that halfway so you can head glitch it and snipe the people that like head glitch the trucks on the left side of the map if you're on defender side. Also build the turret because it's really overpowered and sometimes your team doesn't know, and try to build it before the enemies come out so you can have like a free build. And also build the right door all the way because people can flank in that really easily and screw up your team. Also, gas and smoke really help with like crowd controlling your enemies. If you like gas the entrances, they can't get in, and it can be like free kills. That's pretty much all for defending the hardpoint part of the map. So now we're on to the bridge. Alright, so the second part of the war game mode, after you complete the hardpoint house part, is the bridge part. So this is probably the most fun and the best part of the entire war game mode, because snipers just get insane clips on this and have a lot of fun. So for defending the bridge, do not use smoke because that just like gives them a better chance of building it, because now they're in cover and they don't even have to use their smokes. So do not use smoke. But I think you could do like bouncing betties if you run back in time from the house. If you're still alive, you can put like a bouncing betty on the bridge, and I don't know if that would work because most people lay down while building the bridge, but you could try it, but it's not the best thing. But I found that rocket launchers and grenades work really well for defending the bridge. And so if you have those on your class, just use them. If you can't find the people through the smoke with your snipers, use grenades and rocket launchers, and it should clear them out. So for the gun that I recommend, definitely use snipers. And if you're not a sniper, then I'd probably recommend an assault rifle or an LMG. But snipers are just so good. But if you're not like good at them, then you should obviously not use them. The turret to the right in like the building with 2 floors, that is the most overpowered turret in this entire map, because you can spray through all of when they're past 50% and there's like barrels and stuff, you can spray through all of those and just kill everyone on the bridge. So it's really good, and also it has a lot of cover. And it's just really good. I've gotten insane, like, nasty clips with it, like 15 mans and stuff. Because a lot of people don't know how to counter it. But on attack, I'll show you how to counter it. So the left window also has a turret, but it's not great because I don't think it can see all of the bridge, if any of the bridge. And also, it doesn't have that much cover, and people snipe you from all over the place. So I don't recommend the turret on the left. Like, if you're on the defending side, it's on the left. Don't recommend that one because it's not great. The right one's way better. But you can still use it. It's okay if you're clearing out the top of the house that the attackers are in. But you can get sniped very easily. So that's all for the bridge. Alright, so that's all for the bridge. So the third part of the war map is like a demolition or search and rescue with unlimited lives kind of thing. So you have to plant a bomb, and the defenders just have to prevent them from planting the bomb and then defuse it if they do plant it. So it's like a little walled off area, and you can build like 6 or 7 different like doors to block them out. And my biggest tip for this is do not build the back doors. I would recommend building them halfway because they block grenades when they're thrown, but you can still get in. If you build the back doors like all of my brain dead teammates, then you cannot get in. You have to blow them up to get in, and that risks a lot of time that you could be spending killing and defusing. So once again, do not build the back doors like at all. Just build them halfway. A lot of attackers will use smoke when they're planting the bomb, so do not smoke it unless you're defusing, because once again, it's like the bridge where if you smoke it, just gives them a better chance of defusing. Also, set up around the inside of the place, like all over the place. Get your team to set up, because that way you can watch all the areas of the bomb, and it's not just like they get in and then you have to get back in and kill them all. It's just like if you're already set up in there, it's harder for them to break in, and it's easier for you to watch the bomb. The fourth and final part of the war game mode is like an escort tank. It's kind of like Safeguard from Black Ops 3. It's really fun, and also another good one for sniping, if you're good with snipers, obviously. But I recommend building all the turrets for your team, because the turrets are really good for defense, and sometimes the tank gets there too fast and your teammates can't build them. So whenever you can, whenever there's downtime, just try to build the turrets for your team if they're not already built, because they can really help you win. You should definitely smoke it, the tank, even if you're defending, because you can smoke it and lay down right next to the tank, and you can just be invisible pretty much, and then that will force them to come out and look for you, and then your teammate can just get free kills. But you can also get under the tank, and you do this by getting behind the tank. So if they're coming towards you, you get behind it, and then your team kills everyone around it. Then you escort it back, and you can get under the tank. I'm pretty sure they're gonna fix that because it's a little broken, but it is hard to do, and not the greatest. So they'll probably fix it, but you could abuse it while it's still broken. But it's not like, oh, you're gonna win if you do it. It's just a little help for contesting. And then my biggest tip for this escort tank mode is please contest. No one contests the tank. Just sit under it with smoke or do anything, but just contest the tank, because it will get to like 90%, and your teammate will sit on the I keep saying teammate instead of team. Your team will just sit on the turrets, and they won't go towards the tank, and they won't contest it, so they just get a free win. And it's really annoying when your team doesn't contest it. So try to do that by yourself, so your team doesn't have to, because I've been getting terrible teammates and like sweaty nerds on the enemy team. So just try to do as much work for your team as possible, so that they don't have to. And then also, my last tip for the escort mode is to kill the gunner. So they'll be attacking, and they'll pretty much always have a guy like in the top of the tank, like with the machine gun, and it is so easy to kill him. You can just distract him with all your teammates, and then you can just like go and snipe him. You can hit him with a red gun. It's really easy to kill him because he can't move. He's just a still target. So and he can do a lot of work. So if you just kill him, then you should be good. But yeah, that's my last tip, and now we're moving on to attack. Okay, so when you're attacking the first part of the map, or the hardpoint part, smoke and gas and grenades really help, because crowd control, just like defense, and also grenades are just overpowered in this game mode, so you should abuse them as much as possible. Flanking really helps. If most of your teammates go the right, like bomb door, then like one or two people go main or like the left destroyable door, then that really helps. I found that that's probably the best strategy for breaching the building. Like if you all rush left, it's really bad because they have a turret and everyone camps in that main room, and also the same with main. Like you'll just get melted when you're walking in. So go right because it's the best way. Unless you just kill like everyone and then you can just walk in freely. And then also once you've secured the hard point and you're like taking it, you can walk all the way towards the defender's side of the building, turn right, and then there's like an outer room where there's a door, and you can spawn camp them. So that's helpful because that's just people that can't get to a hard point, and it helps your team. So that's pretty much all my tips for the hard point part. Now onto the bridge. Okay, so when attacking the bridge part of the war map, you need to kill the left turret. The attacker's left, obviously. That turret does so much work to your team, and if you don't handle it, then they just get free kills. I've gotten like 15 mans just sitting up there. So I found the best ways to take out that turret is grenades, rocket launchers, and the M1 sniper, the last one you unlock at level 29, is pretty much always a one-shot, even through walls. And if you put on FMJ, then you can just wallbang for days and just kill everyone in that turret. But you definitely need to figure out some way to handle it, because it just wreaks havoc on your team. So, also, smoke is the biggest tip for this. Smoke is the only way you're going to be able to take the bridge, because there's so many snipers on the defense side that they'll just pick you off one by one if you don't have smoke. And even when you do have smoke, they'll throw grenades and they'll just get lucky shots. So you want a ton of teammates in there, so that way they have to pick them off one at a time and it's harder to find them. Also, the M1 and other high penetration guns are so good on this because there's so many head glitches, like by the tank, the truck, both turret buildings. You can head glitch like barrels. It's insane. So you really, really, really want high penetration things, and then FMJ helps it even more. Okay, so demolition is the third part, and when you're attacking, try to break all the doors at once, because once you break a door, then the enemies will just know that you're there, and they'll come out and just pick you off one by one. So you want to try to get your team to break all the doors at once, and the side doors are really helpful to be, when they're broken, it's just like a free entrance for you, and the enemy often forgets to rebuild them. So definitely recommend breaking the side doors. Also, only smoke when you're planting, because if you smoke after you plant, then that just gives the enemies free defusing chance. Like, I don't know, it just helps them defuse. So try to only smoke when you're planting, and after that just use grenades and gases to keep them off of it. And also, once you plant and the enemies are all dead, try to trap them out. Build all the doors around it and just trap them out, because it takes time to blow up the doors, and then they need to get in and kill everyone. And you can also wallbang the doors that they are breaking, which is really overpowered, and I hope they fix it. But yeah, you can wallbang them while they're defusing, or while they're blowing up the doors. That's pretty much all for the bridge game mode. And also, if you're attacking and you go all the way to the left where the tank stops, you can like spawn camp them really hard if you sit in the tank, or if you just go up to there with a sniper or a shotgun. So that's pretty overpowered, so make use of that. So the final part of the map is the escort part, probably the most fun part and also really good for sniping. Smoke, very helpful. It just helps you escort the tank, and it's harder for the enemies to find you. Also, snipe the turrets. You can head glitch that like brick wall, and one of the spawn areas has like a head glitch, but get them off the turrets. The turrets are so good. And also, distract the turrets, because if you have like 5 teammates all there, then they have to figure out which one to shoot at, and then they have to shoot at them. And while they're doing that, you can get your snipers to just pick them off. And that's probably the best tip that I have for you, is just get them off the turrets, get them away from the tank, and don't let them get free kills.